Madam Chairwoman. I'm listening to Ms. Hickok, and the potential of AI is actually really positive in terms of how it can complement the quality of life of humans and make things better and promote peace and harmony. But we know that technology can be used for good and evil. And I'm listening to what you just said, Dr. Madri, in terms of your hope for the government's role. And yet, if you look at social media and you look at technology in general, Congress has been very reluctant to get into the game of regulation. And as a result, awesome power has been developed by and deployed by entrepreneurs who became billionaires in largely Silicon Valley without any interference by the government. They make all kinds of massive decisions in terms of content, in terms of what will or won't be allowed, in terms of who gets to use it, et cetera. And so why should we believe that AI would be much different in terms of its future in the hands of the federal government?
Well, again, the hope here is that we don't play the same playbook we played for social media. And in particular, I think the point of start here is before we go, so first of all, I want to say that I strongly believe that regulation is a very important tool to make sure that, just certain technologies are aligned with broad societal benefits and they need to be used. Having said that, before we go to premature regulation and we kind of rush regulation, first of all, even the rush regulation might not be fast enough for AI because AI is a very fast-moving target. But even before that, I think what we need to start ask questions, and in particular, government needs to ask questions with companies saying, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? What are the objectives of the algorithms that you are developing? Why these are the objectives? How will we know that you are accomplishing these objectives? How can we have some input into what these objectives should? I think this change of tone, together with the government recognizing that you cannot abdicate AI to the big tech, as capable as they are, that they have different use cases, they have different priorities, that's what needs to change. If this doesn't change, I'm extremely worried.
Yeah, I just think if we look at the past and we look at social media, I wouldn't bet the farm on any kind of rapid regulatory regime coming on the federal government.
And just to clarify, that's exactly what I'm worried about. So let's start conversations which we can have now.
Right. Okay.
Hopefully we'll learn from the mistakes.
Thank you. Dr. Schmidt, you want to see the United States get ahead in this lane of technology and to compete successfully against the Chinese. Can you talk a little bit about what is the nature of that threat? How well are they doing in this sphere, and what do we need to be concerned about?
There are 4 or 5 companies, Mr. Leader, that are American or British firms that have extremely large language models. There's also at least one large one in Baidu in China. I was interested to note that the largest non-corporate such example in the world that is not owned by a corporation is also in Tsinghua University in Beijing. So there's every reason to believe that the Chinese understand everything that we're talking about now extremely well. They've published their intent so we can read about it, and I view it as a national emergency. This technology is so powerful in terms of its ability to transform science, innovation, biology, semiconductors, you name it, along with quantum, I should add, that we need to get our act together to win, and to win a competition. If we don't, let me give you some examples. AI can be used to generate good things in biology, but also lots of bad viruses. You all have created a bioterror commission, which I'm fortunate to serve on, to take a look at this and the impact of that. That's another example of national security. The issues of misinformation at a nation state could be very significant. Think about the progress of war and conflict, where decision-making can be done faster than the OODA loop or faster than human decision-making. These are all challenges, and our government is behind where it needs to be in the adoption of these technologies for national security as well.
I just would end by saying I couldn't agree with you more, and I think really we need to be looking at sort of like a, the race to the moon kind of shot in, quantum computing, AI, cyber, 5G, because if the Chinese dominate those areas, the future's theirs. I yield back. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank